Well, it's a pleasure and an honor to talk a little bit about cloud-based CPE management. So thanks for the intro. I think that's spot on. If we look at the agenda for this session, then yeah, this is me, obviously, but I'm going to talk and start a little bit about Genexis. You might not have heard of us yet. So I want to introduce Genexis and see in a little bit more detail about what we are doing and why we are doing it and how. And then I want to talk a little bit about why we choose a lecture or a presentation about the value of cloud-based CPE management and go to the definition and see what it is. Then I want to share a couple of market observations. This is what we see in the market across the world, in Europe specifically. So I think it's good to share that with you. That puts things a little bit more in perspective and gives a little bit more of context. And then we go to the main course of the presentation, and that's the business value of cloud-based CPE management. And then at the end, I would like to share a couple of slides on our solution, our own cloud-based CPE management platform called Cloudside. But before, yeah, let's start with Genexis. For the ones who have never heard of us, we are a European company. We are a part of a larger family. Together with IOPSIS, we are within a part of the Inteno family, with central offices in the Netherlands, in Eindhoven, and in Stockholm, in Sweden. We are here for decades. This year, we celebrate our 20th anniversary, and we have a lot of experience in the FTTH market and the broadband industry. But in particular in the passive network infrastructure with network operators. We have a lot of customers and partners in public and private initiatives. We service and partner with service providers, CSPs and ISPs. And in these 20 years, we accomplished 9 offices throughout Europe. So we are established in the Baltics, but also in the Nordics, in Southern Europe. So you can say throughout Europe, we have 9 offices that take care of the sales and the support activities. And we have a research and development center in Poland, in Warsaw. So what do we do exactly? Without going into too much detail, this is basically what we do. We design, we develop and deliver end-to-end fiber to the home solutions. The easy installation and integration, this is one of the key aspects of what we are doing with fiber and network termination products. I will go into more detail later. Residential gateways, so everything you need to have fiber connectivity to the home, and then the extenders to bring Wi-Fi and data and services in home. Then obviously we have a network management platform called Cloudside, and this is where we take care of the whole lot, and it all comes together in the home. So with the pictures, you can see here we have fiber and network demarcation products. With this product, the Fiber Twist we call it, it's a patented fiber and network termination product that has a market leading position in Europe. We deliver on GPON, XGS-PON and point-to-point up to 10 gig. And can cater for services like cable television, voice and routing services, and obviously all in one. Then we have residential gateways, managing Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi 6, easy mesh Wi-Fi, and important to say that it is based on OpenWRT, which is a standard that is being developed by our partner, IOPSIS, within the Inteno family. And then obviously we have in-home extenders and cloud-based management solutions for to manage everything remotely and take care of the provisioning, the management and the optimization of the network, which is obviously cloud-based. So I hope this gives you a glance of what we are doing, what types of products we are delivering. And if we take a quick view on what's differentiating us in the market, you can say, well, we have everything under one roof. This is important. It's an all-in-one solution. So from the fiber termination, network termination, all the way up to network management systems, we deliver everything that's needed to optimize the in-home connectivity. Then what also differentiates us, where we stand out, is with the high-end quality solutions we deliver. We have local sales and support organizations, so we are always nearby if something needs to be fixed or if there is a question. And we have a modular software platform based on OpenWRT. And maybe the most important one is we are vendor independent. So there is no dependency on any vendor. We deliver a flexible and scalable solution that fits in your IT landscape, but also in the CPE landscape, and without having a dependency on vendors. So yeah, why a lecture about value of cloud-based CPE management? Well, we think that it plays a key role in bridging the network, the support and business strategies. So having a cloud CPE management system is very important if you look at managing operational cost, customer satisfaction and revenue streams. And it plays a key role in doing so. And the choice for the right platform is strongly influenced by industry trends and technology developments. So that makes it also hard to decide and to choose a specific platform that caters for the current situation, but also for a future developed situation. So with this presentation, we would like to share our thoughts, what we see in the market, and we would like to share what the benefits are of having a remote management platform. So, but first, before we go into that, I think it's good to have the same view on the definition of cloud-based CPE management. We define it as follows. It is the ability to take full control in every stage of the device lifecycle and customer journey by remotely provision, manage and optimize devices, services and in-home networks. So with this definition, if we take it a level higher, and if we look at the challenges of an operator or an ISP concerning the choice of a managing platform, then you can say, well, there are a couple of challenges. First, how to deal with the increased in-home complexity. So what we see is that in-home, the complexity increases with connected homes, with IoT, with dependencies on Wi-Fi connectivity. So you see that connectivity and Wi-Fi connectivity is becoming more and more important. And how do you deal with that? How can you manage that and optimize that and grow along also with the growth of bandwidth, and have a management system that takes care of this and grows along with it? Then a second thing, a challenge, is how to make efficient use of data. What data should be covered, should be stored, should be used to have automated solutions, to have machine learning or artificial intelligence. So it's very important to have the right data sets stored and analyzed, and make sure that is being used to optimize the performance. Another challenge is how to create an holistic network and IT landscape. Obviously, what you don't want as an operator is that you have multiple systems and multiple applications to handle. Also, from an agent and operations point of view, you don't want that. And ideally, what you want to create is one single modular IT landscape, an holistic IT landscape that covers the whole lot and fits within your network, your OSS and your BSS environment, and make sure that it can be taken care of centralized. And then obviously you need to manage the whole device lifecycle management. And what I mean with that is this whole circle of managing devices, starting with initial provisioning. So before you ship out a device, can be a router or a gateway or a terminating unit. You need to provision that. Then obviously you need to register the device. Then you want to remotely monitor and report on the device and see what's going on. So if specific values are overseeded, that's where you want alarms to ring, to have proactive support on those devices and the weak spots. Then you want a bulk device management, meaning that you want to address groups of devices and simultaneously provision them or re-provision them. You want remote configuration in case of service upgrades or deactivations or activations. You want to do that remotely without having a truck roll or an engineer at the premises. Software and firmware upgrades need to be handled in a smart and flexible, scalable fashion. And of course, decommissioning needs to be taken care of. So all these things need to be taken care of by having this management platform. And we think it becomes more and more important to do this remotely, flexible, after business hours, during night times, in a scheduled fashion. So these are the typical challenges of an operator. Obviously, there are much more, but we think within this topic, these are main challenges to consider when choosing a remote management platform. So what we also see in the market is if we share a couple of market observations for cloud-based management, we see an increase of automation and self-care. So that you have to make sure if you choose and opt for a management solution that it's open and flexible, that it has API connections in your northbound interface, which means that it connects with your OSS and BSS environment, and that you can connect easily to mobile apps, to third-party apps, but also to your operation tools like IVR or chatbots. So make sure that the management system is a part of your landscape. Then we see an increase of industry standards. This is an important one because we talked about vendor agnostic, vendor independent solutions. And that is where the industry standards come in. So we have the Broadband Forum, that's it's an organization very active with standardization. Let's see. Sorry, something went wrong here in the technique. But this is very important. So with standards like TR69, TR369, we make sure that we are offering a standardized solution. So another observation is that we see an increase of complexity of in-home networking. Like I discussed earlier, you see that broadband and connectivity becomes more and more important. Wi-Fi stability and quality of experience becomes more and more important. So you want a management platform that focuses not only on the connectivity side, but also on the in-home networking and the Wi-Fi performance. And then the importance of data analytics. What becomes more and more important is that you stay in control of the connectivity and the Wi-Fi optimization. But how to do that? Obviously, you can do that reactively and responsively, but more and more, together with data analytics and the smart use of data, you can also have predictive and proactive support. Which means that before a problem actually occurs, with data and data analytics and historic data, you can make sure that the incident and the issue and the bug is already fixed before the customer notices it. And this becomes more and more important. So having the access to the right data sets, storing them and analyzing them is a very important development that is taking place. And finally, we see PON, the displacing point-to-point networks. And this is a very important topic because if you look at management possibilities within a PON architecture, you see that what eventually you want to do is to get an overview and manage the whole lot and the whole network, not only the PON connectivity, but also the in-home networking. So it makes that PON will be integrated in time in the whole management and in-home networking management environment. So then I would like to go to the main course of this presentation, and that is the values of cloud-based CPE management. Obviously, we talked about a few of them, but in essence, you can say that remote cloud-based CPE management leads to less cost, more flexibility, higher scalable, less complexity, more happy customers, more control, and more security. So this emphasizes that it's a very important element in having the right network architecture and making the right choices also from this part. So if you dive in a little deeper for each part, then you can say for less cost due to automating and remote management, you can say that by having a remote solution, there are less truck rolls involved. So you can cover a lot of things remotely, like the provisioning of the webs of the CPE. You can have incident resolution remotely in many instances. So that means that you have less truck rolls, read less cost. And obviously with preventive and proactive troubleshooting and automation, there will be less complexity and you have less cost and lower average handling time, which obviously is beneficiary for the cost. And there is a higher first-time fix. The automated incident management makes it easy to use application and single touch resolution, which obviously for an agent and for your operation development and department, it's a very important feature. To have a management tool that gives you the opportunity to have a no-touch or a single-touch resolution and gives you the recommendation on what's going on. Then maximize open and interoperable solutions to synergize and create an holistic environment. It offers you more flexibility, like I already mentioned. It's a vendor agnostic solution, which reduces the risk of a login of a specific vendor. And it is very flexible in adding additional vendors in time. Then it integrates with the OSS and the BSS environment. So integration means that you have a holistic view, and this is very beneficial for the support and the operational organization. And you can offer end-to-end support to your customers by having this. And last but not least, it's a third-party application integration with a remote cloud-based management using APIs. You can connect also to advanced supporting tools, to your OSS BSS environment, but also to BI applications, which makes it possible to have more in-depth analysis of specific routines and performances. Then another main advantage of having a remote management platform is the efficiency and the scalability. without having additional investment. Very important, because what we see today is that the typical operators and ISPs are growing fast, and what you need is a solution that grows with you. So you grow as you go. The initial investments are very low because of a cloud-based solution. You don't need to invest in servers or in space, but you can grow with your server space and with your capacity demand as you grow as a company. And then, yeah, sky is the limit. There is no ceiling to your expansion. I think this is important as well. You cannot predict how fast you grow and how far you grow. So you need a solution that grows not only with you in the same pace, but also has unlimited potential. If you look at the growth in the number of devices, in the number of services that you want to cover, and in the IT and architectural landscape. And of course, it's not only about growth in devices, but it's also the data volume and the data touch points. Like I mentioned, data is getting more and more important. More and more data will be stored and analyzed. So what you need is server space to capture the data, to store the data and analyze it. And that's why you need multi-dimension growth opportunity, which obviously a cloud-based solution can offer. Then less complexity with the ease of use and automated solutions. Very important to keep it simple. You want an evolving platform that is software based, and you want to simplify the complex and guide the operations team and the agent, the customer care agent, and the customer to the resolution. So by having intelligent and smart performance indicators in there and recommendations, it becomes more and more important to have a no-touch or a single-touch solution, but also recommendation to the agent on what's going on within the device or within the service or within the in-home network. So, and it should be very simple and straightforward. Then an automated solution, the real benefit of lower complexity is mitigating the error risk of the individual support agent. So by automating specific resolution processes and workflows, yeah, you make sure that the risk of a manual fault by the support agent is mitigated. And this one is important, the omnichannel support. So by connecting your remote management system to an IVR or a chatbot, smart omnichannel support and resolution is guaranteed. So if you as an agent, as an ISP or a CSP want to has your communication built in an omnichannel way, you want your management platform to support that IVR or chatbot or any other communication channel. Then if you look at the customer side, and this is why we do it, you increase with a remote management platform the quality of experience, especially done by the proactive and predictive support tools and the automated maintenance. You are able to raise the quality of experience. And the improved customer journey. This is important in the whole onboarding and unboxing and Wi-Fi setup process and the self-service process and support. Remote management can improve and support every step of the customer journey. And very important, you empower the end user with a self-service app, which is connected in the whole remote management environment. And you give the end user the opportunity to take care and overview of his in-home network on the performance of the devices. And in case of any incidents or bugs, he can, in a number of cases, resolve that himself, which obviously is a good thing for from cost perspective, but also for customer satisfaction perspective. And then you take control of your network and your in-home performance with smart recommendation. So the management platform, the remote management platform, is capable of giving relevant recommendations to the support agent and speed up handling. So if a customer calls with an incident or a bug, you are able to see within the management system what's going on, but not only that, also the resolution and the next step. So it helps the agent in resolving the problem fast and flexible. Then we have the whole network overview. So we don't only look at the connectivity parts, but also on the devices and the in-home network. And you can cover the weak spots in there. So there will be alarms that will alert an agent or a customer via the end user app that something is off or something is misperforming. It might not lead to an incident at that time, but in time it will lead to an incident. So you can predict this and be proactive and proactively respond to that. And then we have the in-home topology map, which is a very important tool and gives you the total overview, not only of the CPE of the devices, but also on all connected devices within the home. So you can see what is performing, the wired and wireless devices that are connected to the gateways. You can have that whole overview, so you can pinpoint any weak spots or any problems within the in-home network. So very important, take control of the of your network and the in-home performance, and see an holistic view of everything. And finally, a value of having a remote management system is that it's more secure. You can maximize security and rely on a safe and sustainable environment. First of all, by having identity management. Obviously, we can have manage a role-based access to the remote management application. You can set manage access and identity management to ensure the identification and authorization of the specific roles. Which include an administrator role, an operator role, but also an agent and an end user role. So you make sure that the right roles are covered and the right tasks and workflows can be managed by each individual role. Then you have the last security upgrades, not only for the platform, but also for the devices and in-home solutions. And it's easy to have these security updates automated and scheduled during the nighttime, for instance, by using this cloud-based platform. You don't need to think about it. The system and the platform takes care of having the last security patches and the security upgrades in the devices, which is a main benefit of having a remote management tool. And blacklisting, if specific devices or specific customers or specific services are offering security breaches, then you can allow blacklist to prevent specific devices from access. So this is a very important guardance against security issues. So with stating all the advantages and the business values of having a remote management access tool, I want to bridge to our own solution, to CloudSide, which already mentioned. But just briefly, if we look at Genexis portfolio, once again, we offer everything to connect to the home, fiber to the home. So this is the layer 1, layer 2 devices, the network termination and the fiber termination units, everything needed for the connected homes, which are the layer 3 devices, which are the gateways and the extenders, easy mesh and Wi-Fi 6 extenders. And then there is the managed connectivity part, which we call CloudSide, to manage the whole lot, including the network. So with CloudSide, we offer the management platform to remotely provision, control, and optimize network devices and services. And we do that in a suite. So it's not one application, but it's a modular suite, which obviously starts with an ACS, an automated configuration system that takes care of the remote provisioning. Then we have a help desk option, which is modular and helps the ISP and the operator with troubleshooting, device management, connection management, and in-home management. So it's a reactive and responsive tool to monitor and to resolve issues within the network. Then we have insights, and insights takes care of proactive support. So with data analytics, we can predict where the weak spots are and when and where failure is and misperformance is to be expected. So we can already proactively respond to that. Then we have the user app in the CloudSide suite, which is an empowering tool for the end user, not only for the performance management of the devices and the in-home network, but also an installation guidance to have an optimized installation. Then API. With API integrations, like I mentioned, we can connect to the outside world, to the OSS, BSS, but also to third-party applications if needed. And then we have a CloudSide support crew, which takes care not only for the setup and the onboarding, but also training, continuous training, 24/7 support, and platform upgrades if needed. So this is the whole lot that covers that is covered in the CloudSide suite. And yeah, this is important. We make the pieces fit. So it's a off-the-shelf, standardized, and a customized solution. So we look at the situation at the operator, at the ISP, and see how our modular build portfolio can play a role in this. Yeah, this is very important to have a customized solution that fits your situation as a glove. Then if you look at our target audience, at our customer base, then yeah, first of all, it's important to say this is our motto. We believe that people deserve fiber. So at the right-hand side, this is why we all do it. We connect people to entertainment, to knowledge, and to each other. And we aim for having a solution, an end-to-end solution that improves and makes sure that everyone deserves the right high-quality fiber. And on the left-hand side, you see a couple of customers, which is a variety of incumbents, tier 1 operators, tier 2, tier 3 operators. So we cover a whole range of European operators that we daily support, and eventually having millions of connected homes that rely on the solutions we offer. Well, we come to the end of the presentation. So yeah, if you want to learn more about us, about our cloud solution or any other solution that we have to offer, I would like to refer to my colleague Katarina. But obviously, in the chat, you can also ask questions if you have those, and we can answer them right here, right now. Or otherwise, you can send them afterwards and get in contact with Genexis, with me, with Katarina. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm more than happy to get into contact and see if we can help you in any way. So with that being said, I would like to go back to the studio